video. Hello!
Hi! Now that we've surpassed 1,000 subscribers, we want to do a live feed question-answer video. The problem is, we don't have a reliable internet connection, so we can't actually do a live feed where we are. So, we've decided a compromise.
We would love for you all to ask any questions you could have for us in the comment section of this video. And if you would rather email, we also have our email posted down below. We would really like to do an entire video just answering the questions you guys have for us. It can be about our past, our future, like how we handle the boat, the way we do.
Yeah, things that are set up on the boat, why we set them up the way we did.
To like how we met and what got us into boats.
Yep.
So we really look forward to your questions. And now, on to the storm video.
The gale that we were hove to in for 3 days did a number on the boat. You can see the solar panel got torn up, and then our wind vane steering, it broke, so I gotta fix that too. And now we're beating into 30 knots of wind coming up on Cape Hatteras. That way we can duck into a protected area in the ICW, because on Saturday, really big and bad storms coming, and we don't want to have to deal with that twice. So we're making our way. It's some big seas and a lot of wind, and off and on with heavy rain. It's just spiffy.
So the past 4 days have been really bad. Pretty much the epitome of what we didn't want to happen. Luckily we're safe, we're okay, so it could have been worse obviously, but the winds have just been raging. It seems like every time we try to go somewhere, the weather changes, does exactly the opposite of what it says it's going to do, and makes our lives miserable. I've been throwing up for 3 days. Haven't really slept. Poor Herby's been doing everything because I've been basically incapacitated. And it's just the longest 4 days ever. Just boring, can't do anything because now it's better since we're actually moving, but before, like, I couldn't even sit up without throwing up. So yesterday I ate a food bar, and anyway, it's been really rough, and it's just done a number on our morale, because this was supposed to be this really fun, awesome adventure, and we did expect it to have ups and downs, but we didn't expect this many downs to so few ups. We're gonna go into an island in Cape Hatteras so that we can get a hotel or a bed and breakfast or anything, just get off the boat, regroup, sleep, eat, and then we'll deal with cleaning up everything. Lots of stuff has broken. We've healed over 40 degrees many times, and so stuff that we had thought was secure just tumbled everywhere. The boat is a wreck. We're wrecks. It's just been not what we wanted it to be. So I'm just looking forward to getting a shower and sleeping in a bed that's not moving in a way that makes me feel sick. So anyway, we're basically gonna beat through this storm and get to a place hopefully tomorrow where we can be happy again, and then we'll try again. We want to get to We want to get somewhere cool. We want to get to the Bahamas so that this will all have been worth it. It's 45 knots of wind right now. We're trying to desperately get a tow inside Cape Hatteras into safety. This wind just cropped out of nowhere unexpectedly. It's 7 a.m. We're right off Cape Hatteras, and our insurance covers a tow of this different distance, so we Herby's dad back home is trying to call and schedule a tow. It's a little scary. We're heeling over a lot. We have too much sail up, but it's too dangerous to go up and drop things, so Herby is trudging along like a champ, and I'm just thinking about being in a hotel tonight, then regrouping. I'm gonna go help. No, we are hove to in a gale, and our headstay is broken.
Roger. Wisdom, Sector North Carolina. Do you know what your draft is?
We have a 6.5-foot draft.
Roger, thank you.
Also, that we're south of Hatteras Inlet.
We are south of the Hatteras Inlet.
And east of Ocracoke Inlet.
East of Ocracoke Inlet. This is Sailing Vessel Wisdom. Should we switch to channel 16?
So we've had a bit of an issue. The anchor broke loose when we were in that gale, hove to, for 3 days, and it chafed severely onto the headstay. So that weakened our rigging significantly.
Wisdom, Sector North Carolina. If you only have one radio, can shift back to 16 if you like. But if anything, I could listen out to anybody calling over for you on channel 16, and I'll just keep you on 22. And if anybody calls over for you, I can just shift him over to 22 Alpha for you.
That sounds good, thank you. We'll stay on 22 Alpha.
Right.
So then we decided there's another gale coming, so we had to get into an inlet, and the only inlet that we fit is south of Cape Hatteras, which was about 80 some miles away from where we were after the gale had blown us north for 3 days. And it was still closer than heading back to the Chesapeake, so that was our safest bet. So I started sailing at 8 a.m. and I sailed all the way into the dark. I kind of catnapped during the night, and then 7 a.m. again we started sailing again. I wasn't thinking very clearly, and it was blowing 45 knots, and I was trying to beat into it with staysail and a double reefed main with a severely broken headstay. So thankfully Maddie, who was thinking and lucid, told me, "What are you doing?" And we dropped those sails, we put up our trysail, and we've hove to. We're now currently waiting for someone to be able to tow us in. see what happens. There's a gale coming in a few days. It's supposed to, the weather's supposed to improve, but I'm just worried that we might not be anywhere near land or be able to get near land and end up drifting out again. The boat is fine, I just worry about the rigging surviving another gale, because the head stays about 60% of the way chewed through. So we definitely don't want to put any strain on that thing. The towboat is on his way. He said he's about 2.5 to 3 hours away from us. And the winds are steady between 40 and 45 knots. It's pretty insane out here. So let's go take a look at the wonders of 40-knot winds off of Cape Hatteras. An area also known as the Graveyard of the Atlantic because of all the shipwrecks from its horrible weather. Yeah, we're hove to, which is helping take off a lot of the breaking waves because they're slick. But every once in a while we'll get a rogue wave that just smashes onto the boat and does a number on us. Yeah, can't wait for this guy to get here. So it's around noon. He should be here 2 to 3 because he says he left at 11. So the sooner he gets here the better, and then we can get into land. Looking forward to land.
The seas are a beautiful blue. The towboat is here. In a second, he'll be pulling up next to us so that he can throw us a bridle. And as you can see, it's still incredibly rough out here. But we have hope now that we see this guy has come to get us. Since our rigging is, well, we've got a lot of stuff to do when we get able to clear our heads. In the meantime, it's hard to ignore the beauty of the ocean down here, down south.
Good news, everyone! The towboat that came out to get us is named Good News. And what an apt name. When he arrives, it's good news. So we're currently being towed into Hatteras, or Hatteras Island by Cape Hatteras. And we're gonna be pulling into a marina probably, and then we're gonna start the repairs. So we sustained a lot of damage this time. The monitor's broken. I need to see if I can fix it and see what parts we might need to fix it. Our pulpit got lots of stuff torn out of it, as our anchor sat sideways and sawed on everything. So our 65-pound Mantis got thrown so hard by the waves while we were hove to that it actually broke the bow roller, which is stainless steel, and then sat sideways sawing on the side of the pulpit, which is aluminum, and chewing onto our headstay, which is some very delicate synthetic rigging. So our headstay is about to break, which is why we weren't able to sail into safety. We really can't put much stress on it at all. And when we're out here and the winds are oscillating between 30 and 40 knots, it's impossible to sail without putting stress on the head stay. So we're making our way in. When we get there, we're gonna tie the boat up, make sure it's secure, and then we are going to replenish ourselves because Maddie hasn't eaten, because every time she tries, it comes right back out because she gets seasick, and this is the perfect situation to get seasick in, or the perfect conditions to cause seasickness. I haven't eaten simply because I haven't felt hungry. I don't know if that's my version of seasickness where I just don't eat. I can't really say on that one. But in the past few days, I've had probably 3 or 4 granola bars and maybe 2 cups of water. It's amazing what the human body can do, and yet oddly I don't feel hungry. I just feel on edge. Like I just have to survive. Now, cruising is about having fun and going places and seeing things, not about survival. So we're gonna go a different route. Instead of going offshore and going straight for some place, we're gonna go down the ICW. Now we have an electric motor, and those don't have much range, and the ICW is pretty much pure motoring. So we're gonna pick up a generator, and we'll run the generator and charge the batteries, and then motor a little further, stop, hang out, charge up, until we get down to Florida area where we can do the Keys, where you can actually sail, and as well head over to the Bahamas. So we're gonna switch from going offshore to island hopping because this is pretty abusive. The gear can be fixed, and I would be able to fix it on a calm day. I just can't fix it while the boat's pitching and heaving. And Hove 2 is uncomfortable, but the weather passes and then you can start sailing on the next day when it is comfortable. That's for me. For Maddie, Hove 2 is misery, and I don't want to put her through that. So since we're not doing that, we're just gonna go island hopping on days that are good weather. So we're gonna keep cruising, and we're gonna make sure it's fun. We're just gonna make sure that it's not miserable and not survival.
So we're kind of nearing the end of our tow through Cape Hatteras, the worst cape of them all, along with a couple others. And it is living up to its reputation with a giant current, very narrow depth allowances.
With standing waves.
Standing waves. And just treacherous seas all around, and then you've got land just like popping up randomly and flatly.
That guy's aground. He's a wreck.
Oh, there's somebody aground over there. Glad that's not us. I've been sick the whole time. Herby's been steering very well behind. And we finally seem to be coming to an end, or close to the end of this horrific journey.
Yes. May the nightmare end and the dream begin.
Yes. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to post those questions in the comments down below for our next video.
Yeah, let us know and we'll answer them to the best of our knowledge.